Hello, everyone. My name is John Moore, and I am the National Customer Relations Manager for T-Mobile Accessibility. My role is to oversee the accessibility products and services for the deaf, hard of hearing, deaf-blind, speech disabled, blind, and low vision. I have 27 years experience working with the disabled community and my expertise in hiring people with disabilities. As the new T-Mobile, we are proud to combine with Sprint, a company that has been providing accessible products and services for 30 years. We are excited to bring together the two leading companies and industries for accessibility to better serve our customers and support our employees. Sprint Accessibility is the leader of telecommunications relay services in the country. And additionally, Sprint Accessibility is comprised of a diverse team of employees, including individuals with disabilities, which provide unique perspectives for consumers and accessibility information and communications and technology. Now, part of the Un-carrier and working to integrate Sprint Accessibility, which we have expanded and rebranded and becoming T-Mobile Accessibility. So I'm here to talk about disabilities and hiring people with disabilities in the workplace. I just want to give you a few facts. 1 in 6 have a disability. And many of us in this chat room probably have at least one member or more with some type of disability. And many people with disabilities are unemployed, especially the deaf and blind, which is approximately about 80%. People with disabilities who are not employed by the age of 25 will stop seeking to enter the workforce. And this is a very challenging part, because I know the Department of Vocational Rehabs are trying to work on the youth to inspire them to get into the workforce as quickly as possible. It is a talented and unrepresented community that we need to ensure we engage a full inclusive environment. I'd like to ask if your company does have an employee resource group. Do you have one for people with disabilities? What we do know is only 50% of major corporations only have ERGs for people with disabilities. And this is a gap that needs to be addressed and needs to be changed to ensure that people are included in the workspace with disabilities. Just 1 second here. As the co-chair of accessibility community at T-Mobile, part of the T-Mobile's employee resource group network, which is one of the most robust in the country, nearly 30,000 active employees nationwide, connecting, supporting each other, and raising awareness. Alone is comprised of 11,300 members with people engaging with disability space. What has our ERG done? Well, we've had the ADA 30th anniversary celebration. We've had Mental Health Awareness Month, Autism Awareness Month, National Disability Employment Awareness Month, local and national sponsorships for Special Olympics. New this year, starting offering American Sign Language classes for our employees. We also have a self-ID option for employees to identify with a disability to help start the conversation and how to best support them at work. It's a key benchmark in measuring our hiring success for people with disability. My own personal journey started when I was 17 months with spinal meningitis. I have a severe, profound hearing loss. During the 70s and 80s, there was no tech solutions for me. I was sat in the front row. They also didn't discover my deafness until 3 years later, and which really was a delay in my language development. And so I started kindergarten with no hearing aid until they discovered that my teacher couldn't teach me in the classroom. So I had some intervention and my first hearing aid. And the challenges were very difficult for me. I was isolated, missed out on opportunities, and picked on, teased on. My speech was very challenging at the time. And when I graduated from high school, my writing level was in 5th grade at the time. And so I decided to attend a deaf hard of hearing program at Ohlone College in Fremont, where I enrolled into learning American Sign Language and also getting additional support with English and writing. However, there was a positive moment, and I look back, is the school offered vocational services for people with disabilities. And there was a partnership opportunity with Safeway. And I was 16, 17 years old. And for me, my fear was, how am I going to work? My family's fear, my mom's conversation, what are we going to do with John? How's he going to be able to support himself? And just all that surrounding me. And Safeway took a chance on me, and I became a bagger. And it was tough in a grocery store, bagging, and a lot of misunderstandings. And but it gave me so much confidence that it was a starting point in my life to be feeling good about myself and making money and being independent. And so it really was a game changer for me. But at my workspace today at T-Mobile, I am supported by staff interpreters, captionings, and we have a supported, dedicated team of people to support our team with disabilities. But I want to talk to you about recruiting and how you can create a journey for people with disabilities. And the previous presentation, all about nonprofits. There are so many nonprofit organizations out there that specializes in particular disabilities, from autism to deaf to blind, learning disabilities, and etc. Those are great opportunities to be engaged. And also colleges and universities, most of the schools do offer disabled student service program. I graduated from San Jose State University, and I was part of the disabled student service program. And those are great ways to meet students for hiring, informational interviews, partnership, mentoring, engaging, and learning about the individuals with disabilities, and engaging in the ability to hire people with disabilities. To really change, to bring people into the workforce, as we have a traditional process for fill out the application online and etc. It's very challenging for people with disabilities in that part, because maybe the websites may not be accessible. The networking is very limited. If you engage in the nonprofits and universities, you will get a buy-in and more opportunities for talented people to participate in the work inclusion of your company. So I just want to really point that out. And also, Medium has called with business advisory for people with disabilities, where you can volunteer and be a champion for someone. You can provide feedback and resume reviews and engaging in opportunities to bring them into the workforce with your company. And so, but I do want to talk to you about what T-Mobile's relationship with disability is. This is an amazing national organization. T-Mobile has participated in the Disability and Disability Equality Index since 2016, and 2018 become a leader partner. T-Mobile is excited to enter a whole new level of partnership with Disability In, as presenting a sponsor and joining their Inclusion Works program and deepening our work with Disability In. We look forward to building on our commitment to diversity, inclusion, by working together to increase access and opportunity for all people with all abilities at T-Mobile. Our primary focus is not the disability, but the abilities. What unique program does T-Mobile offer to make it such a great place for disability communities to work? T-Mobile has an incredible employee support networks at disability communities and their families. Our accessibility focus, employee resource group, accessibility employee at T-Mobile provides an environment that advocates and supports our employees living with disabilities and their families, allows all families an opportunity to broaden their understanding, awareness regarding unique needs and talents in individuals with disabilities. App members believe that accessibility is for all and is everyone's responsibility, and it is the mission to disable the label. We have resources dedicated to the T-Mobile disability hiring strategy with our HR, and we have established accessibility task force focused on improving accessibility practice throughout all lines of the business. At T-Mobile, we believe diversity brings a fresh perspective. Inclusion enables new and different thinking. No two people are alike, and no two people bring the same point of view. It's this divergent thinking help us best serve our customers and employees. Most recently, we have put a large focus on equity, which means creating an equal playing field and giving access to those who need it most. We have been humbled by the acknowledgement we receive on a national level of being an employer of choice for women, people of color, veterans, and members of the LGBTQ and disability communities, receiving top scores from a number of third-party recognitions, including the 100% score on disabilities and Disability Equality Index. 4 consecutive years prior to merging with T-Mobile, Sprint has also received the 100 score for 5 consecutive years. And these are the disability and has a application process where you fill out. You fill when it has touch points of all the different parts of the accessibilities, from internally and serving your customers, or are your website accessible? Are you hiring people with disabilities? And major corporations are involved. This is a way to measure, ensure that your company is an accessible workplace for people with disabilities. And there are different score levels, but you'll get the feedback, and you're going to see gaps where you need to improve. This is a great opportunity for all of you to be engaged in the disability. And one thing I do want to share, if you need any information, website, local, feel free to contact me. I'm glad to help out as all I can. And I just want to point that out as well. In closing, there is a documentary that I hope you all have an opportunity to watch. It's called CRIP Camp, CRIP Camp. It's on Netflix. It's a documentary of the disabled advocacy starting from the 50s all the way to the American with Disabilities Act signed in 1990. I really encourage you all to take the time to watch this amazing documentary of people advocating for disabilities. It's got some great history, and many of it started in Berkeley, California. And one thing that I'm learning from my personal self is the understanding the intersectionality of our disabled community, ensuring that we are at T-Mobile are engaged in all aspects in recruiting and vendor choices that we're going through. One thing is with COVID-19 and work at home, people with disabilities is a great resource to tap into. It eliminates the transportation barriers some have. And for a deaf, hard of hearing person, they have their own video interpreting services at no cost to employees. They access to that at home, and it can be at work. But they may have their own accessibility technologies at home. They might not need to utilize what's available at work. And those are very simple tasks that can be accomplished. And last, and what's really important, is be a champion. I want to say, for me personally, with my deafness, when I was 16, 17 years old, starting that job in Safeway, the vocational services and Safeway partnering together, it changed my life, and it made me thrive and pursue happiness and sense of independence. And so feel free, if any of you need information, contact me. I appreciate being here today with all of you, and I want to thank the interpreters as well.